Yo, what's happening, YouTube? What's happening, YouTube? What's happening? It's your boy Eazy here, Eazy Ryder Moto, and man, I got some good and sad news. It's very exciting for me, though. I will admit. Today, I am taking on my new bike, which I guess I might leave it up to as a surprise, but what I will say is that the sad news is that I got to part ways with my BMW HP4 competition, number 1028. Man, I've loved this bike since I bought it. I've loved the bike since the original owner had it. I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story of this bike, man. I had the guy that bought it originally, his name was Dragon, and many people here in Michigan may know him in other states. We went to go look at this bike when he bought it brand new, and we were at Southeast BMW, located here in Michigan. At that time, it was in Canton on Ford Road in Haggerty. Seeing this bike, Dragon said, you know, hey, I'm coming back and I'm getting this bike. I'm going to make it happen. At that point, it was brand new. It was about $30,000 USD. And it was the top of the line bike in 2013. It was only a limited supply of these bikes made, only a few of them that were here in the United States. And the bike came fully kitted, ready to go. Man, this bike was like ahead of its time. This bike in 2013 was more elite than its predecessor of the BMW S1000, the 2010, 11, and 12 model. And this bike right here was just a phenomenal bike. That it came with more options than any other bike has had at that time, I should say. Came with the forged wheels, factory. Came with the carbon fiber bits and pieces, factory. Came with the full Akrapovic exhaust, titanium, factory. Came with many other features and options. You know, the ABS, the traction control, the slick mode, everything like that was brand new to this bike. Heated grips, you name it. Horsepower was on top of the game, and to be a competitive rider as Dragon and such as I, you wanted to have the latest and greatest and top of the line in technology. This bike has had a lot of added pieces done to it, a lot of parts that were added, carbon fiber that were added, lever guards that were added, exhaust cat deletes that were added, you name it, performance upgrades, ECU flashes, performance upgrades like air filters and velocity stacks, and this bike has the work done to it. What I will say about that is this: it comes a point in time with technology and motorcycles and what happens, and this bike is no doubt undubitably stated that this bike is a collector's piece. This bike is one bike that you want to have in your garage. You want to have this beautiful bike in your collection if you are blessed enough to have a collection of bikes. Me, myself, I do have multiple bikes. But this bike here, currently, for me, it's not going to be a bike that sits in my garage, sits in the corner, collects its value, and you know, pull it out every once in a while. I actually ride this bike. I actually race this bike. I actually, you know, perform on this bike itself. And with that being said, in 2021 and 2020, I should say, BMW revised their bike completely, 100%, which they came out with the 3rd gen BMW S1000 RR. Now they currently in 2021 have the M model, which is pretty much equivalent to the modern day BMW HP4. It's what this bike was back then. So me being the type of guy that I am, with the level of competitiveness, and now these bikes are able to compete and ride with my bike and run with my bike, and they actually, even some of them are faster than this bike. Now it's time to let this bike go, because this is something that I'm not utilizing for its full potential, and I want to get something that is more competitive and modern. Some of the features that the new bike that I'm looking at has, well, you know what, I'll get into that later when I show you the new bike. I'm on my way to the dealership. I'm about to have my good buddy Blaze pull up. He's gonna ride the bike to the dealership for me. I'm gonna try to get some footage of it while it's riding and say farewell to it, man. And I'll show you guys some more of it, but stay tuned, because I'm gonna get into the rest of the things later on. But I'm gonna show you a little action of this bike, and we're gonna go from there. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Stay tuned. Eazy Ryder Moto. We got my buddy here, Blaze Biker. Blaze Biker.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all don't want none. He about to upgrade. He about to come crazy on y'all. Y'all just gotta wait and see. I don't know if he told y'all
Nope.
what it was.
Nope.
But y'all gotta wait and see. He about to upgrade.
I haven't told him what it was, but so far, man, just to give a brief description, man, I told everybody a little bit about this HP4, the history of this bike. What do you think about this bike, and what do you think about the current bike that I'm about to get?
I mean, for us, this is a bad bike. For us, the technology, for us, its time, it's definitely a bad bike. The bike you're getting right now, for the technology, it's a little bit further ahead. I mean, don't get me wrong, both bikes are good bikes, but I think the bike you're getting right now is definitely a better bike. Versus this, but the XP4 is always a definitely good bike. So if anybody considering getting one, get one. But when it comes to the newer technology, I mean, it's newer. So what you getting today, what y'all gonna see, it's gonna tell the tale in the future. So
Absolutely, absolutely. It's the latest and greatest, man. I was telling him that this bike here is somewhat like a collector's bike. There's not too many of them that were made. When you see one of these bikes, it currently is like, wow, you got an HP4.
right.
But at the same time, when it comes to my competitive riding and the way that I ride the bike, nowadays the bikes that are out now are they're more advanced than this bike.
Right.
You know,
right,
so
right.
whether it be the technology, whether it be the horsepower, whether it be the torque, whether it be, you know, all the different options that the new bikes have, it's pretty much leaving this bike where it stood back then.
Right. His new toy will definitely, now he's definitely a good rider. This new bike gonna make him a better rider, make him more competitive. So y'all better watch out. I'm telling y'all better watch out. Aprilias, Ducatis, Hondas, whatever y'all got, y'all better watch out.
You better say it. So without that being said, we about to head on up here. I'm gonna give you guys some action footage of Blaze riding the HP4 for the last time that this bike will be ridden in my ownership. And we're about to head up to the dealership. So I'll see y'all soon. Peace. So here we are. Here we have it. Southeast BMW. Hey, what's happening?
What's up, brother? How you been?
Oh, I can't complain.
Good.
Here we are at Southeast. Hey, how you doing? Trying to make some magic happen. Work something out here. So before we get into it and I show you my bike, this here is the 2022 BMW S1000 M model, the carbon package one. It's not to be mistaken with the M1000RR. This is actually the S1000RR with the M package. It has the M blue calipers, carbon fiber bits and pieces on it, the carbon fiber wheels, and which I've been hearing very, very mixed reviews on. I'm not exactly sure as to what the problem is with these carbon wheels, but I've heard multiple stories about them splintering and cracking and showing that crack line throughout the tire. This is a beautiful bike though, for sure. I can't take it away from it. This is a full premium package bike here. Someone must have bought this bike. This here is your first look at the mineral silver 2022 S1000. This bike right here is the bike that I actually was planning to get. This bike here, this color right here, is the color that I wanted to get, the 2022. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's almost like a gunmetal gray color. I know the camera light might not pick up on it, but it's almost like a gunmetal gray. Yes, it is a beautiful, beautiful bike. This right here almost reminds me of my 2010 S1000 that I had. It was a similar color here, with the red RR on the side of it. But this bike right here is beautiful, man. It's a flawless looking machine. It is done very nicely with the livery. And this bike here is right around the $22,000 benchmark. I want to say it might be about 22, anywhere from 20 to 22,000. This bike right here, the M series package here, which is the full decked out version, is about 22 to 24. What did you say, Corey? This bike is about what? 22.5? 22.4. 22.4. Beautiful bike. But I'll get more into these bikes later on because these are not my actual purchase. My purchase is over here. Here it is, everybody. This is her. BMW S1000 RR. Hockenheim silver in color. This thing right here is a pure beauty. Definitely like the color of it. Definitely like the new updates to this bike. This is a bike that I've been looking at, that I kind of said that I wanted to get, and I also wanted to see what it is. I know I've been seeing a lot of mixed reviews on this bike on the internet about the flat spots and everything like that, but I also heard once you do a brand ECU flash that it wakes this bike up, and this bike is very, 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 very compatible and able to compete with everything. What you think about this bike, Blaze?
I love it, dude. Since I'm grabbing home, I'll give you my full review once I get to your house. But other than that, man, I love it, dude. I love it.
This bike right here is the Hockenheim Silver. All the latest and greatest technology. Nice dash. I am giving up that nostalgic history vehicle with the HP4. I did that in trade-in, and all I can say is that to be honest with you, here at Southeast BMW, they take care of me, man, and I'm gonna miss the HP4. I think that they took the HP4 over here. Definitely gonna miss that bike. Me and that bike have whooped a lot of tail sections. Whooped a lot of ass on this bike here, and have really made my way with this bike, man, and I'm gonna miss it. The guy that I got it from, he whooped a lot of ass on this bike also. So we have it here. This is the last day of ownership of the BMW HP4 competition. I will miss this bike for sure. Here's another look at it in the daylight. 2021 BMW S1000RR. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bike. Just pulling it out of the service shop, getting a few things done on it. Getting the chain adjusted on it. Taking that ugly fender eliminator off. And pretty much just doing a few little touch-up things to the bike before I take it home. This bike right here is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bike. It is in stock form, bone stock form as we speak, which hopefully won't be too long. Plan on getting that exhaust off of there, possibly doing the Brox Performance Pentacarbon exhaust for this bike. It'll probably be the polished version. You might see that on Jack B. Quick's bike, and a few other guys have that same exhaust. I'm gonna do a windscreen that I'm in there talking to Corey about. Also have to do the ECU flash along with the flapper mod delete, as well as the Sprint air filter. And I'm possibly thinking about doing the wings here, the winglets, to help with the downforce, and possibly doing the Rizoma wings, the mirror wings, the I think they're called the Rizoma Stealth wings. That's something I'm looking at doing as well. It's gonna be a big build project, and I'm gonna take you all through it. But this here is the day that I received my brand new bike, 2021 BMW S1000RR, the Hockenheim Silver. This color is, the camera doesn't pick up on it. Cloudy days doesn't pick up on it. But this bike right here has a very distinct color. You might not see too many of them. This color is like it's like a silver with the pearl in it, like a pearl silver with a bronze on top of it and a white base. It's weird. It's a weird color. Sometimes it looks white. If you take a picture, you stand next to a white wall, it brings out the silver in it. But if you stand next to, say, a black bike, it might look white. But then at night, you see the silver. When the light flashes on it, you see the bronze color on top of it. So with that being said, I think that I'm going to do something to bring out the bronze in the bike. And that is something that I'll be taking you guys on a journey with when I link up with my boy Eazy 22 at 22 Motorworks out in New York. That dude is phenomenal. If you haven't seen any of his work, I'll drop the link to his Instagram in the descriptions, and I'll also give you guys some images and footage of some of the wonderful bikes that guy puts together. Man, he has a mind of his own when it comes to creating these bikes. So I'm gonna give you guys, well, you know what, I think I'm gonna give you guys a full display of the dash and all the works on the first review ride. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So it's gonna be two separate videos. This here is just to show you guys what the new bike is that I just purchased. And the first review ride will have all of the features that this bike has that I've acknowledged and that I've learned about, and all of the dash instrument clusters and everything, the brakes and everything that I think about the bike. That will come into play on the first thing. But I will give you guys a start up with the stock exhaust. And the rest, hey, it'll come with the first review of this bike. Stay tuned. Eazy Ryder Moto This is the conclusion here at Southeast BMW here in Plymouth, Michigan, where it is the only place to come get your BMWs purchased and serviced. The owner, his name is Charlie, awesome guy. The staff, the employees here, awesome people, very knowledgeable. The techs, as you see, they have hundreds and hundreds of bikes that they service and they work on here. My previous bike, the BMW HP4 that I just got rid of, is back there in the corner somewhere. Yeah, so although I didn't get the that charcoal gray color S1000, I did get this bike because they did not have that charcoal gray one in stock when I sealed the deal on this. That gray is it's a beautiful color, but this Hockenheim to me is something that you can play off of and you can do a lot of creativity things with it, and I'm gonna have Eazy get me together on it. So with that being said, I catch y'all, ladies and gentlemen, later. 2021 BMW S1000 RR. Stay tuned to the next video of the review that I have on it, what I think about the bike, how I feel about the bike, riding the bike, the things I've noticed about the bike. We'll see, and that's something I'm gonna get to very, very soon. So if you can do me a favor, that will be subscribed to the YouTube channel. That's Eazy Ryder Moto. Click the notification bell and it makes sure that it notifies you whenever my new content is uploaded. Stay tuned because I'm gonna have a lot of content of this bike and many other bikes. Peace.